Hello and welcome to historic Farmville, Virginia, and on the campus of Longwood University. I'm Darius Thigpen, and welcome to episode 1 of Lancer Central. We're what you would call a work in progress show. Each time out, we're going to be a little bit different, but we're going to bring you all the latest in Longwood Athletics with interviews, features, and video content. We'll laugh, we'll cry, and we'll have some good times as we journey through the 2016-2017 academic year for the Longwood Lancers. Today, we'll have women's soccer senior captain defender Jessica O'Brien on the show. We'll also be joined by men's soccer senior do-it-all midfielder Finnlay Wyatt, as well as senior midfielder Ellen Ross from field hockey, senior Gracie Piekarski from the women's cross-country team, and her teammate Marc Mawyer from the men's cross-country team. So like I said at the top, the show is going to look a little bit different each week, but I thank you for joining us as we embark on this journey. Our first small step begins with the changing of the seasons. It's officially fall out there, and it's starting to get cold out. And this is where I insert a quip about the action starting to heat up. But seriously, the end of October and early November means championship season for a lot of the fall sports. We begin with Longwood's women's soccer team, who played their first round match of the Big South Conference this past Friday. Longwood finished the regular season 8-9-1 overall, 5-3-1 in the Big South Conference, good for 5th place. Winning 3 of the last 4 matches of the season, the women's soccer team under head coach Todd Dyer made it to the Big South tournament, and in the quarterfinal held last Friday faced Gardner-Webb, a team that they beat 5-0 in Farmville. And in the rematch, Longwood shut out Gardner-Webb again, winning in penalty kicks to move on to the semifinals, which sets up Longwood for a Friday night showdown at High Point, where the Lancers drew a scoreless tie in the regular season. Longwood during the regular season was a tough team to play in any setting, but nearly unbeatable at home. Longwood was 7-2-0 at home in the regular season, finishing the season on a 7-match win streak at the Longwood Athletics complex, which included a perfect 5-0 mark at home in conference. Joining us now to talk about the success of the women's soccer team this year is Jessica O'Brien. Well, Jessica, you guys have been playing incredible at home this season. What has it meant for you guys to be able to play so well at home?
It really means a lot. Like, we love playing in front of our fans, so it's really nice to come out and put out a show for them and be able to win. And that's saying a lot that we can maintain our fight and our competitiveness on our home field.
And to get to this point of the season, a lot of players had to step up for you. Who would you say was the one who surprised you this season?
We had a lot of players. We had one transfer, Annie Boros, who plays in the middle. She's really stepped up for us in the middle. Kelly Almeida, she's a sophomore in the middle. And Taylor Alvey, a freshman, also has stepped up a lot for us playing out on the wings.
It was another strong season getting you guys into the tournament. So how would you assess overall the 2016 season for you guys?
Overall, I think we've accomplished a lot, but it's really still the beginning. We still have a lot of ways to go, but for us to come out with a winning record in conference is really an accomplishment.
All right, thank you, Jessica, for joining us here on Lancer Central. Senior, she had a really nice season, putting together a season where she played every match on defense and scored her first career goal, a game winner in overtime against St. Francis University back in September. Well, sticking with the pitch, the Longwood men's soccer team had a solid season under head coach John Atkinson. Men's team needed some help going down the stretch to qualify for the Big South tournament. A loss at Winthrop last Saturday certainly did not help, but Longwood played well all season. The postseason push for Longwood was led by senior midfielder Finnlay Wyatt, and looks like it was a quick sunset today. But lighting aside, Finnlay, like the women's team, you guys played well at home, boasting a winning record in Farmville. How was playing at home? How has it given you guys a lift this season?
Playing at home is sort of the same in any sport. You really want to make it like your own fortress where no one can come in and make it easy, and I think that showed true tonight. We gave one of the top 30 teams a good run for the money, and we feel hard done by.
Well, you guys lost a lot of goal scorers from last year. Who was one of the guys to step up this season?
I think it's overall as a team, but it's good to see Max Polka, the freshman. He's come in and had a big impact with stats, goals and assists, which is what counts.
All right, thank you, Finnlay, for joining us here on Lancer Central. Home season overall between the two soccer programs, very strong, but it's still nothing like the softball program. The 3-time Big South champions made an announcement earlier this year that will rock Farmville this spring. Swung on a hit to left field. Going
and is a left fielder. Keller, she dives, makes the grab, and there's your storybook ending. The Lancers are champions again, again, again.
Longwood softball will host the first full Big South Conference tournament at Longwood this spring. In May, the Longwood softball team will welcome the rest of the conference for the Big South Softball Championship. Be on the lookout for ticket information on longwoodlancers.com. Championship season has come and gone for the cross-country team as men's and women's teams. They both competed at the Big South Championship. Longwood's men's team finished in 8th place, at the women's team finished in 10th. Individually, it was another strong performance for senior Gracie Piekarski, who placed 24th, making her the first Lancer in program history to place in the top 25 back-to-back conference championship meets. On the men's side, senior runner Marc Mawyer, who competed at Asheville and ran well after being named the Longwood Men's Cross Country All-Academic honoree. Both of them join us in studio right now. Gracie, Marc, appreciate both of you guys stopping in today. How are you doing?
Good.
Doing good.
It's good to have you
Thanks
both
for having
in.
us.
Yeah, thank you.
I mean, Gracie, for you, it was a very impressive showing once again. I mean, 9 straight meets earlier this year, going back to last year. You finished first for the team. Where does that level of consistency come for you, being able to finish in front every time?
I guess last year I kind of hit a peak and I realized that I'm a lot stronger than I thought I was and a faster runner. So the competitiveness came out in me and I just wanted to hold that and I wanted to run fast and try to beat everyone.
Well, Marc, I mean, every team has to set goals coming into the year. It may have been a little bit different for Gracie. I don't know. I mean, you guys have the same coach with Catherine Hansen, but what were some of the goals that each of you guys had set individually and going in as a team going into the season?
Individually, for me, it was more of having a full, healthy season. Coming in freshman year and sophomore and junior year, I've had some type of nagging injuries that's kind of put me on the back burner almost. So for me, it was really just being smart, mentally strong, and ready and prepared to come into my last senior year, and to be able to have performances that I've worked for these past 3 years. So individually, as myself, it was more just being able to get out there and race. But as a team, we look towards losing our captains and our upperclassmen and trying to pull up because we have a really young team this year.
Right.
So pulling in the young guys, trying to get them acclimated to the type, because going from 5Ks in high school to 8Ks and 10Ks in college, it's a big difference, it's a big jump. So trying to get everyone acclimated and learn and mentally prepare for those types of races.
Well, Gracie, you wrote your name all over the history books here at Longwood. When you look back at your time, what's going to be one of the things that stands out the most? Is it going to be anything specific toward running, or is it going to be more of just like camaraderie, being around the team?
I just love the team aspect of it. I don't think I would have been able to succeed this well if it wasn't for the team and it wasn't for Coach. They just instilled the faith in me and the courage to go out there and run, and they pushed me along each practice to do better.
Now, for the two teams, of course, there's that natural kinship of having the same coach, being both cross-country programs, but for you, Marc, it's a little bit different because you have your twin sister as a part of the program. Having Erica out there, what does that mean for you, having your twin sister, your opposite in sport and in age and everything else? What does that mean?
Well, it's always interesting having your sibling do the same sport as you, especially when it's your twin. And so I could definitely say that me and her equally as, we both fought for trying to see. She would try to get to that one spot in her against the girls, and I would be trying to fight that spot with the guys. But it's more of a, bringing us closer together. Like, I'm pushing her, she's pushing me. Like, so when we're home and I don't want to wake up at the crack of dawn at 6 a.m., she'll come through the door and get me out there. So it was really having that extra training partner that I didn't have to run with, but that kept me going throughout the 4 years. So
last question for both of you guys. Grace, we'll start with you. What is your goal after college? What are your plans?
My dream, well, I'm interning for next semester at JFK Hartwick at Cedarbrook up in New Jersey and working with the Huntington's disease unit. So I would love to continue working with them after college and just help raise awareness and help them get better.
It's fantastic. Marc, what are your plans for after school?
After school, I plan on going to physician assistant school. Right now I'm still working on where that might be, but I'm going to take a year off, get some hands-on clinical hours working in any type of setting that I can get, available for myself. But after PA school, it's get a job, and I'm going to keep training, definitely. With Coach Hansen being a triathlete, it's really rubbed off on me.
Yeah.
I got to see her, on live TV run at the Cozumel World Championships, and so once we finish up this season, I'm gonna start training for some triathlons. So I'm definitely excited about that.
I was going to say, staying in shape has got to be a part of it, too.
Yeah, it's it's a life, it's a lifestyle. It's something that we've been doing for years, and racing is just. It's a different aspect of a sport. It's something that you can't really compare to.
So you guys are not going to binge and become couch potatoes then?
No.
Maybe like a day, and then I'll just be like, all right, time to go do a 10-miler. So yeah, it's definitely something I'll keep doing for a long time.
All right, well, Marc, Gracie, I appreciate both of you for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
All right, well, let's take a look at what field hockey has done. They have had a fantastic season. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the things that field hockey has been able to do here in 2016. Longwood field hockey put together a great regular season, finishing 9-8, 3-3 in conference, ending the season riding a 3-game winning streak. Longwood made the MAC tournament after last Saturday 3-0 win against Missouri State on Senior Day at the newly dedicated Elizabeth Berger Jackson Field. One of those seniors honored Saturday, midfielder Ellen Ross joins us today. We thank you for joining the program, Ellen. And, well, is it setting in that these are your final days as a field hockey player here at Longwood?
It definitely has not yet. I think that it was really emotional after the Ball State game when we lost our third conference game and we were 0-3, and we really didn't know how we would come back from that. So I was really emotional then, but even Saturday during the senior game winning, it definitely didn't feel like it was the last game I would play here.
Well, as you're a senior and you've had a phenomenal career, congratulations on your phenomenal career.
Thank you.
But how do you think the final season has gone to this point?
I honestly think it's gone perfectly. I mean, obviously we've had some ups and downs, but I think that the games that we lost really brought us to where we are. And I think that that was almost kind of meant to happen. We were supposed to come back and show that we can be the best.
Well, it struck me when I found out that you are the only team captain. A lot of teams, when you have a number of players on a roster, you're going to have multiple team captains, but it's just you for this season.
Yes.
What does that mean, being the lone leader for your team?
It's honestly a great feeling, and at first I was really scared, but I had 2 years of experience, and I had 2 other people with me 1 year, and then 1 other person with me the year before this. And so I was a little nervous coming into it because, I mean, you're responsible for all of those 25 people. But it really hasn't been tough. I mean, I've adapted to it so quickly, and I'm really close with all my teammates, so that helps.
Now, be honest, are there some days where you just kind of wish there was somebody else you could just say, hey, you can kind of take team captain duties today, I'm going to take a break?
Yes, definitely. There are definitely those days, and I have to run the warm-ups and everything. So every day when I get there, no matter how long of a day I've had, I always have to make sure I'm in a good mood and make sure I'm positive for everyone else.
Well, one thing that makes your job easier as a team captain is having great teammates. You've had a number of great teammates this season. Most notably, Adele Nyland is having a phenomenal year. 18 goals this year, set the D1 record for the school. What does it mean having a great goal scorer like that up in front of you?
Yeah, I mean, it's an honor to have someone on our team that's setting those records, and she's played awesome this season. I know, before she had a tough time last season and everything, but she's been finishing them perfectly this season, and she definitely gives all of us credit too. She's not the type of person to take it all for herself.
All right, Ellen, last question for you. What's next? What's after college?
I'm going to take a year off, and then I'm going to go to PT school to get my doctorate.
Well, Ellen, certainly hope that everything works out for you. We thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much.
All right, we appreciate Ellen for joining us. We now bring you these words from the Big South Conference.
Big South fans have plenty to cheer about. On the field, on the court, and in our classrooms and community. The Big South Conference, developing leaders through athletics. Learn more at BigSouthSports.com.
Hoops fans, basketball season is right around the corner. The men's team opens up Saturday against Hampden-Sydney. Let's take a look at how fourth-year head coach Jason G is preparing his Lancers men's basketball team for this season.
think number one, we're about defense. So 85% of everything we do today has to do with defense. It's a lot of energy, a lot of enthusiasm. I think we got a lot of new guys. It's new to them. First day of practice, so everybody's pretty excited about that. But I'm also really impressed with my coaches. They got some liveliness to them, and we got some competent coaches that are great leaders and great coaches, make my job easier. You know, when you look at a kid like Juan Munoz, who's a freshman, and seeing how vocal he is, that's been really encouraged. Ja'Shawn Smith's athleticism just jumps out at you. Kendrick Thompson's ability to score the ball is just impressive. Lancer fans are going to really enjoy watching him play. And then when you look at Isaiah Walton, his motor, his toughness, his speed and quickness, I think he's going to be one of the best defensive players in the league this year. I'm excited about him. Well, I think Lane has probably made one of the biggest turnarounds and improvements I've seen out of a young man, not just on the basketball court. He is extremely self-disciplined. He's a hard worker. This game means a lot to him. I've been really, really impressed with how he's come back and improved. DJ, I think his goal is to be one of the better players in the league. He needs to make that jump if we're going to be successful. And Jeter, you know, he was probably the most missed student athlete in the country last year when he couldn't play. And right now, we're just excited about having him for 2 years. But he may be our most valuable player with all the things he does, his leadership, his attitude, his elite defensive abilities, his versatility on the offensive end. He makes us a special basketball team. We want to be the closest team. We want to be that team that love each other the most. Players to coaches, coaches to players, players to players. That's a big deal for us. Lancer fans, get excited, get motivated. We got a great product we're going to put on the court. November 13th is the first home game. We need everybody there.
Longwood men's basketball hosts Division III Hampden-Sydney in the Crosstown Showdown Saturday at 5 p.m. The season opener is in Willett Hall against Maine on Saturday the 13th at 2 p.m. The women's basketball team opens up their exhibition season at home against Randolph College Sunday at 2 before heading to Marquette to open the season on the road on the 11th at 8 p.m. Well, that's all the time that we have for today. We thank you for watching, and we'll catch you next time here on Lancer Central.